The Middle East is a region of immense historical and religious significance, but also of enduring conflict. Israel, Iran, and Gaza are central to this turmoil, each with unique histories and ambitions. Israel was founded as a Jewish homeland after centuries of persecution. Iran, a powerful Islamic republic, seeks regional dominance and opposes Western influence. Gaza, densely populated and governed by Hamas, is home to many Palestinian refugees. The conflict is a tangled web of land, identity, and power, with each side holding its own narrative and vision for the future. For Israelis, it's about security. For Palestinians, self-determination. For Iran, regional influence. To understand today's headlines, we must explore the history and dynamics that fuel this ongoing struggle. After World War II and the Holocaust, global support grew for a Jewish state in Palestine. In 1947, the UN proposed partitioning Palestine into Jewish and Arab states. Jewish leaders accepted, Arabs rejected. Israel declared independence in 1948, sparking immediate war with neighboring Arab countries. For Jews, it was a long-awaited homeland. For Palestinians, it marked the Nakba, or catastrophe. Around 750,000 Palestinians fled or were expelled, becoming refugees in neighboring countries and in Gaza and the West Bank. The dream of a Palestinian state was shattered, and the refugee crisis began. This foundational conflict set the stage for decades of hostility and mistrust. The competing narratives of justice and dispossession continue to shape the region. The seeds of today's conflict were sown in these pivotal years. The 1948 war ended with Israel controlling more land than the UN plan had allotted. Egypt took Gaza, Jordan annexed the West Bank and East Jerusalem. In 1967, the Six-Day War saw Israel capture Gaza, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, Sinai, and the Golan Heights. Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories became the core issue, fueling resistance and international debate. The 1973 Yom Kippur War led to peace between Israel and Egypt, but left the Palestinian question unresolved. Gaza, shifting from Egyptian to Israeli control, became a flashpoint. The region's borders and politics were redrawn, but peace remained elusive. The unresolved status of Gaza and the West Bank would drive future conflict. Under Israeli occupation, Gaza became a center of Palestinian resistance. The First Intifada in 1987 saw mass protests and the rise of Hamas, an Islamist group calling for Israel's destruction. Hamas gained support through social services and armed struggle, challenging the secular PLO. The Oslo Accords in the 1990s created the Palestinian Authority, but peace faltered and violence resumed. In 2005, Israel withdrew from Gaza, hoping for stability, but a power vacuum emerged. Hamas won 2006 elections, then violently seized control of Gaza in 2007, splitting Palestinian leadership. Gaza came under the rule of a group designated as a terrorist organization by Israel and the West. This shift deepened divisions and set the stage for new cycles of violence. The struggle for control in Gaza became central to the broader conflict. After Hamas took over Gaza, Israel and Egypt imposed a strict blockade, citing security concerns. The blockade devastated Gaza's economy and created a humanitarian crisis. Hamas and other groups launched rockets into Israel. Israel responded with major military operations. Each round of violence brought destruction to Gaza and fear to Israeli border communities. Hamas used tunnels for smuggling and attacks, while Israel invested heavily in countermeasures. Civilians on both sides suffered most, trapped in a relentless cycle of attack and retaliation. The blockade and ongoing violence have made peace seem increasingly distant. Gaza remains a flashpoint, with no easy solutions in sight. The Israel-Gaza conflict is part of a larger regional rivalry between Israel and Iran. Iran, since its 1979 revolution, has supported militant groups like Hamas and Hezbollah to challenge Israel. Despite religious differences, Iran backs Hamas with funding, weapons, and training. Hezbollah, Iran's powerful proxy in Lebanon, poses a major threat on Israel's northern border. Israel fears a two-front war and views Iran's nuclear ambitions as an existential threat. The rivalry plays out through proxy wars, cyber attacks, and covert operations across the region. Israeli airstrikes in Syria aim to curb Iran's influence and weapons transfers to Hezbollah. This broader struggle shapes the conflict in Gaza and the region's fragile balance. The Israel-Iran-Gaza conflict is deeply tied to regional and global politics. Rivalries between Iran and Saudi Arabia and shifting alliances with Israel add layers of complexity. The Middle East's oil reserves make stability a global concern, drawing in the US, Russia, and China. The US is Israel's key ally, providing aid and seeking to counter Iran, but faces criticism for perceived bias. Russia and China support different sides, complicating diplomacy. Local disputes can quickly escalate into global crises, affecting energy markets and security. The suffering of civilians in Gaza and Israel is intertwined with these broader power struggles. Understanding the history and perspectives of all sides is crucial for any hope of peace. Only by seeing the bigger picture can we grasp the true stakes of this enduring conflict.